this is going to be a video where we raffle off a box to whoever wins. So, well, you have to follow and subscribe. Here's the channel. You'll have to comment on this video. We're just going to open here and start, but we're not going to play. Tomorrow we'll finish. Oh, the fury. I can't believe I threw a game that way. Well, I was wrong about us not having a pool that good again. That's Kuruk, Iceberg, Katara, all bombs. Ozai, Fire Nation, Joel Ryder. This is good. That's right. We opened up this pool and it was fantastic with bad mana. Our mana is really bad. We have an Aang's Journey, but it's just worth it to try and ult this Katara. But I have a little more brain power now, so I wanted to take another look. Because generally speaking, Legend of Kuruk, Foggy Swamp, Spirit Keepers is going to get the win. These are so strong. We've got Sokka and Katara to get us card flow. We really need blockers and things that trade well, because these foxes don't. So let's see what else we've got. A little bit of lifelink goes a long way here. White Black Cat Gator, like close. One of my favorite things to run in this draft format was close to mono black Cat Gator. Close to mono black Cat Gator with airbending stuff. Like 3 airbending lessons and a Cat Gator is so much fun. I've been playing with Ruby's been helping me make fun Lego machines. Just a little wheel. Lots of variation. Okay, we need a black source, so we can't actually keep this. But with a black source, I'd keep a 2-lander just because even if we miss that land drop, we get to Heartless Zac and then hit some good stuff. But it's too risky. Okay. I think we gotta put back a plains. Just because not hitting the 3rd land, but we do get to Hawk if we put back something else. We go back Sold Out. We basically kept a 2 colorless land hand. Here, this is my original design on the toy. I love making, like, Legos are great because I struggle and have fidgets, but I need a fidget, so I built it so that it's just barely enough to stop it here. So, hang on. All right, we need to cycle here. Because if we can get a blue source, like, we don't want to crack this next turn. What we want to do is hit a blue source, Aang's Iceberg something, and then Foggy Swamp, Spirit Keeper, draw a card in the same turn, take the damage, and use the lifelink to recover. Sorry, it's really fun. I spent an hour looking for my birth certificate, and I'm pretty sure it got stolen, which it would be more annoying if it weren't the second time and it had gotten stolen. Okay, Sock is great here. We do get to sneak in here. That's literally what happened to me! No, it's just a, it's just a little wheel thing. I'm managing a Costco's night shift. So my shit tomorrow, I have to do 7 a.m. I've got to be there at 7. But usually my shift is going to be 2 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Oh, my opponent has played multiple removal spells. So we just need to draw an island. It's not an island. But I do get to Aang's Iceberg. This path. I think I just Aang's Iceberg the path. I could also blink my Hawk or blink the Sokka. But I'm kind of okay doing it this way. I'll crack this clue. Yeah, well, that's why. So I did Indeed and Monster, but the only websites that I went to, a few websites and applied directly. One of them was Costco. Well, hello there. Each player chooses up to one permanent mana value 3 or greater. I really just need to scry 2. Yeah, because I don't get to respond. Remember when I cut that colorless land so that I could have my colors? We have looked at 17 cards now without having both of our colors. We're gonna need to Heartless Act that Yang Chen at instant speed, so just like this. We're gonna have to... One, 2 to draw a card, 1, 2 to cycle, hold up the Heartless Act. Sure. I could have exiled my Sokka here just so that they can't cash it in for an ally later. Alright, now if I cycle, I can put down the Swamp Keeper this turn. Then I take 3 to 4. But I give up the Heartless Act, which is my answer to the legend. So we gotta draw a card first. And then Island Cycle. Hugo, thank you so much for the follow. How's your day going? I hope it's good. So we're gonna take another hit. We are going to live in fear of Legend of Yang Chen. It's a little tricky. So if you have the Legend of Yang Chen, whenever you cast second spell, airband a permanent, what you want to do is play a sorcery so that if I respond to the sorcery, then you can use 1 instant to airbend something. So I'm going to set a stop on their first main phase now. Okay, great draw here. So we get a Spirit Keeper, Airship Engine Room, pass. Let this flip. And then before they can cast any spells... we don't get a chance. We don't actually get priority once it hits play. Before they get another card out of this. The danger is if they have a protection spell, but they could just airbend here. All right, so they 1, 2, 3, 4 me. Ooh, they pitch an airbending lesson. Okay. So I'm going to 5 life here. I am not safe. And then they went up 3 cards. If I'm them, I discard rather than tap. But they might just hit this tap. Yeah. Like, our cards are good enough. We're doing pretty well, especially considering we dug 11 cards before we found our blue source. And they're at 3 cards in hand. I do need to think about how I tap that here. Did I take a screenshot of this deck? 1 sec. Okay, I did. I've got a Fortune Teller, an Aang's Journey, a Quench, a Knowledge Seeker. So mostly it's blue and black that I can use it for. So I need to play the island first. So I can keep up... I don't need to keep up white. I just need to keep up blue, black, and potentially blue, red. So that works. I need these 2 up. My 2 untapped lands. Oh, neither of these. It's a bad draw. Hey, I asked for an island and I got 4 islands in a row, so, you know. If they have a removal spell here, we die. I was hoping for any of my 2-mana spells, which we have not actually used yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We had 9 draws that kept us alive here. So that was pretty demoralizing. Our deck is very good. I think we played that as well as we could have. Our opponent had Legend of Yangchen and 4 removal spells, and we still did pretty well considering we missed 6 full turns of casting spells. Like, I could have gone to 5 cards, but we're on 8 blue sources. Like, drawing 1 of 8, oh, sorry, we're on 9 blue sources. Drawing 1 of 9 doesn't feel like an unreasonable ask there. We're basically a 2-color deck. We have exactly 2 white cards, and we drew both planes. I don't know where my luck is with this event. Yeah, but like, bad beats on all the runs. Turn 2 Mai is excellent, but it's the only playable card in this hand. Wow, we mulliganed to 5. We mulliganed to 5. We only mulliganed to 6 twice. So in our last 8 games, we mulliganed to 6 twice, and we mulliganed to 5 4 times. That's not good reasoning. I think we keep this. We can cast a majority of our spells in the deck. We have 2 of our only 3 white cards. Wanting Musician's white card, but we have 2 dual lands that cast it on the red half. So we're gonna lead on the island. Professor Zay, if we can, most likely Mai. Okay, there's a white source, unexpected. Turn 2 Mai is when you want her. This isn't really an issue. I'm fine waiting a bit on Professor Zay. We'll replay our Mai. She attacks so well. We get to Wanting Musician, and then we get to Zay and Aang's Iceberg in the same turn. Yeah, we did full throw a game. Like, we full through our box game last round. No attacks, but we get to swing in with both. We may end up having to Iceberg this Ascension. Sleep under the grass if I can find the space. Katara is very good here. Alright, so if we Katara instead, what happens? If we wait a turn to Katara, it's better. We want to go Swamp. Pay the life here on Teo. Professor Zay. Swing for 6. So we go Katara next turn, set everybody's power to 3, we hit for 8. So everybody's power to 2, we hit for 9. Do I play around a Quench? I'm not going to play around the Quench here. Just because if they do Quench, we still have good attacks. Okay, cool. We can set X equal to 3. Hunagi, damn. It's really good. I think there is. We're still going to Guitar if X equals 3. We're going to put them down to 4 life. A non-creature spell puts them to 2 life. Katara is lethal because we attack with everything, and we set everything's power to 4. There is a white airbend everything. Well, they have 4 blockers, but they have to block all 4 creatures. Oh, they have extra. They have 5 blockers, and they have to block everything. But they have lethal next turn if we don't kill everything. They keep just Katara. They were trying to decide if they wanted to attack with the Unagi there. Swing out. Everything's a 7-7 now. I can make everything an 8-8. So they have no good blocks. And they get to keep one creature, which is going to be... who? If they keep Katara... they get to hit back with a 6-6. Yeah, we had that. We just had the first Katara. Katara's that good. They could have played the first Katara, but they played the Unagi because it's a good card. I just want a blue source and a black source. I think we still keep this because we go flyer, flyer, and all we need is a black source. What do they have that is a 1 mana instant? Ooh, a cub. Well, that's bad for me. I can't do a lot. To stop the ramp. That's a good draw, though. There we go. Aw, I couldn't move it. All right, 3, 4, 5, 6, possibly up to 9, but not very likely. I'd rather just get this down so that I can flip it sooner rather than later. What do they have for 1 green mana? Anyone remember the 1 green mana tricks? There's Pillar Launch. Well, there's a black source and a removal spell on the same turn. We need both. Yeah, there's untap. There's +2/+2 untap reach. And I'm kind of just okay trading one of these for that. I'm gonna opt to trade the Messenger Hawk for a trick here. There is a one untap reach trick. That's fine. The Hawk does not block. Oh, I should have done that exact thing with the flyer so that I could riot still. This stops a 1 damage. I think I'd take the drill and still cycle for a swamp. Then I can riot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 land lets them make rebellious caps of 4/4. As much as I'd loved Iceberg here, I'm going to be struggling to get my black spells down. So I'll play the Rioter. And we're going to probably have to do some chump logging here. But we are relying on our late game. Our late game is really good if we can survive these early turns. It's just they have so much mana and ability to use it. But we know they didn't miss a land drop. So they were trying to top deck their land there. I like this card. Untap, reach, +2/+2. If I draw a land, I can Wanting Musician's Epic Downfall. If I don't, I can Epic Downfall Aang's Iceberg. That's a little more likely. I'll chump here. They can offer this trade. Or I could just double block the captain. Then I take 4, potentially up to 6. But I lose a target here. I'd rather they not earthbend if I can help it. So if this trades with the cub, if it trades with the card in their hand, it's fine. I guess I should have double blocked. Ow. We're just gonna exile. Did it move? Am I crazy? Okay, there we go. Like, that's a trick that would have killed us. So it could have been a lot worse. I don't get to do all the things. If I can just take both of these off the board, I can drill next turn. I do get to block these captives pretty well with the Wandering Musicians, and I'm more likely to be able to double spell again next turn with the Drill and the Iceberg if I play the Musicians. But the Musicians also give me a great clock. I'm giving them a 2/2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we're just going to Iceberg the captives. And pass. Take our time here. The downside is if they play something with more than 4 power that is a bomb, we're in trouble. And otherwise, we're pretty likely to win this, even if it takes some time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. To take our extra turn. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hi, Appa. That's the kind of threat I was hoping they would have. I am willing to... So I have cards. I'm willing to just chump here. Avatar Kuruk does the job really well. Case in point. Kill Appa, sorry. It's conceivable I'd want to crew this, but it's not very likely. We'll pass. It's really good, yeah. This card is way too good. Like, we got the bombs. We have Avatar Kuruk, Fire Nation Drill. They had Badgermole Cub. We had to put a lot of work into just finding our black sources, but we found our black sources. I take 3 damage here. I think I have to take this. It's dangerous. I can't give up Kuruk. He's how I'm winning this game. Oh boy. Unless that's just lethal right now. Alright, so if I play Mai, or if I play Katara, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 1 short. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. All right, so attack with 3 unblockable spirits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kuruk makes 1 is 5. Fire Nation Drill is 6. So I get a breakthrough for 18. So we need to Wandering Musician holding up Azul Always Lies. And get in for just the 2. That way, we have to accrue the drill for a third blocker, we can. And then Qatar gives us lethal there. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we can't quite waterbend 20. What if they made this waterbend 30, but there was no exhaust? I feel like that would be really fun. Captives. Support for you. Thanks so much for the sub. I really appreciate that. -1, +1, +1. We will attempt to... We're going to act like we're shrinking this cub. Counter here. Alright, Qatar should be lethal here. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spirits in. Musicians 2, they can lifelink here is the problem now. Alright, so there's 8, 11. Let them block first. No, I won't think too much of anything. Maybe a little slicker for the rain. I can't think of a card that lets them survive this turn. Like, there's no Settle the Wreckage variant. There's no Fog. Oh, there's a hype train going. That means that anybody who subscribes right now gets an extra little thing. Usually an emote. Alright, if they have one removal spell and they kill a thing. 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna just see if I can survive if they do anything. So I can do it for 1, 2, 3, and still have 3 blockers, which keeps me alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I do it for x equals 3, then I'm hitting for 16, 18, and they can save it with a removal spell. So I need to do x equals 4, which is 24. Nope, we might as well go all in then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If they have a fog, we'll die. Okay, they don't. I didn't think they would, but it's worth thinking about because we had the time to think about it. Guitar is so good. Oh, I do. So I only have the sponsorship for one of these, but if somebody else would like to sponsor a run, I am still taking sponsors. Just 1 or 2. I would do up to 3. Rioter and 2 removal spells. I will take that. Even if we need double blue for Katara. Katara is like a very late game card, so I'm okay with that. This is the 9th hand in a row. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have had 8 hands with a plane. Every land has had a plane so far. We're gonna play the Rioter because I would rather play the Drill than the Iceberg, and I would rather they quench this than the Drill. There it is. It's really good. Very strong hand from our opponent. But so is this. Just the fact that it's a 6-3 with trample on top of killing a creature. Like, if this was a 2-2, if this was a 3-3 vehicle, I'd still play it. They double block. What happens? I eat 2 things and they get a clue that they want desperately. They want the clue, but they want the scry as well. All right, so that's 6. Means that if we can get 3 4-4s or 4 3-3s through, we'll kill them all at once, and it'll be a surprise. So we did have to take a big hit. We're going down to 10. Well, 5 3-3s. Hawk and draw. We want that spirit. They need... Yeah, they need the land. So anything that's not a land gets put away. They can double block here, and they're probably really excited to do so. You can swing with a Spirit Keeper, trade with a Knowledge Seeker and an ally. But that does make my game plan a little more difficult of killing with Katara. But I'm pretty happy to trade with both of these, and they're pretty happy to trade with both of these. This is a win-win. Look at that, it's a win-win. Everybody wins. They get to crack a clue, which they need pretty desperately. Never seen these lands. They're pretty. Oh, these are real places. Cool. Interesting. I'm not gonna block. The Spirit Keeper is so important to this game plan. We'll swing out, hold up our Iceberg and Assault out. I'd rather Iceberg because I can also Foggy Swamp Hunter. I could exile my own swamp. I think I'm playing the second one and using the Iceberg. Because I'm more likely to be able to Swamp Keeper here and Airship Engine Room in the same turn. This 2 life, this life swing matters enough for me to Iceberg in response. And then I can double Spirit Keeper or... Ooh. Epic Downfall, Spirit Keeper, Spirit Keeper. I can sell out in Mai or just Katara. Katara makes everything into a 2-2, which is lethal. Alright, is Katara lethal? 1, 2, 3. So Katara is 2, Plains is 3, and I need 3 4-4s for lethal. Yeah, okay, we got it. If everything's a 3-3, it's lethal. If everything's a 4-4, it's lethal. This way I gain the 8 life. So Katara is an amazing Magic card if you just play her and when you draw her. But if you get to build your game around her, and then she's even better. Sorry about, I squeaked. It's so rare that we have both our colors. This is our first time. We've had 11 hands, and this is our first time with both our colors. We're gonna lay out Mai. Mai's a little bit tricky. It really depends on the game plan you want. But we can turn 3 Riot, and then turn 4 Fortune Teller and Koi. Well, Koi first, but yeah. Hmm. The rider does attack through here, but if we hit an island, we'll play the Spirit Keeper. Because if we hit an island and get to Legend of Kuruk and make a 1/1 twice, it's really strong. This is our... We've played a green-white and then 4 blue-white so far. We do lose 2 here, but I think that's okay. I want one of these. Do I want both is the question. Qatar is really good here. I want to play Qatar and a 2-drop. I need to find an answer for this stupid parrot. You know what? I'm going to offer a trade with his iguana parrot. They should have blocked here just because I was tapped out, but I'm okay with it. We have... What is getting airbend? Just a fox? Sure. I'm going to take the 5. Which is a little dangerous. A quench is possible. Do you know? Evil me, oh yeah, I know. What curves can you throw? If they want to eat my here, I'm kind of okay with it, because they have to play a non-creature spell in order to do that. That sounds accurate. I think I want a 1/3 Zhangzhang's Deserter's blocker. Honestly terrifying. I thought for sure it was a quench, but it was 2 counters on an Airbender Ascension. I at least have blockers here. And I'm winning the race because of the lifelink on Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper. This card is like kind of mandatory for blue-black. You need that lifelink. Just because no matter how good your removal is, you will fall behind to the speed of the white creatures. And just airbending. It's a pretty good draw. I think I'd swing out, Katara included. I'm gonna play Knowledge Seeker first. No, I don't need to attack with Katara. I could have cycled the Koi first. We're gonna go to first strike damage first and see what they do. That brings it up to a 4/4. I can bring it back down to a 3-3 and pump my. No, other way around. -1/-1 here. +1/+1 here. No, I actually don't mind if my dies, and I really want my Spirit Keeper to grow. I don't mind if there's an ally in my graveyard for a Rioter. Bye, my. I'll miss you. Yeah, that's fair. Merc! Hey, buddy! What are you streaming today? Hey, I want to know what ascension you were on in Slay the Spire 2. Hi, everybody. I'm Scuffle. I do educational competitive stuff. Today we are farming some boxes. We've gotten through most of our worst luck. Everybody, mine didn't even die. Everybody check out Merc. Everybody check out Merc. He's one of the people I watch a lot because he is chill and fun to watch. We get to keep this on the back of Professor Zay. Professor Zay into Katara generate so much value and let us pitch our black cards until we can find a black source. We keep getting 5 wins. This one we lost our first game, but then we won 4 in a row. If they have removal that they are trying to decide about, opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. That's pretty neat, honestly. We're probably pitching the flyer to Professor Zay here. I wonder how often this is relevant. I mean, it's not a terrible body. It's a 2-mana 1/3. Okay. We can still use this ability, which is what I care about. End step, we're gonna go ahead and discard this first time flyer. I'm gonna go ahead and discard a sold out. It's really good in modern. It stops like Storm. Oh, it does work with airbending. That's true. Well, we got removal for it. We just need to find our black sources. Dance music. I think we pitch our Swamp Spirit Keeper, try and use the Rioter on it. Well, it does stop a Boiling Rock Rioter, which is pretty funny. But that's okay. We're just gonna pass and iceberg this jailer on their end step. Let's de-jail your jailer. There's not a lot of +3/+3s. Most of the tricks in this set are +2/+2. I don't get to cast this, but I do get to store it. So the question is, do I scry? I think I do, just because it stops them from drawing a card. That is technically a black source. And the Hawk is 2 permanents for the purposes of Katara. If I Fortune Tell here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 permanents. Cool. I can pick up the sold out when I need to. No attacks. No attacks. So if they play a land and make a 1/1, I take 4 damage to draw 1 card. Yeah, this is kind of a fun... This is kind of a fun set, Merc. It's not perfect because it's not balanced. But it is fun and interesting. The bombs are just a little, like, this is not a fair Magic card. Like, who decided Ravenous Chupacabra should be a 6/3? They spent a whole card on a Fortune Teller. I'm ecstatic. I don't really want to miss this land drop, though. If I Fire Nation Drill, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 permanents left. Yeah, we want this Black Source. Just making sure we don't get somehow tap black on it. Return my Sokka! 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's not enough to draw a card. So we're going to go ahead and crew this Fire Nation Drill. And that way, Katara is tapped on my N7, goes to 3, 4. It took us 10 draws to find our swamp. I don't want to discard these. If I crew here, swing both. This is only during your turn. Sack, crack, planes. Okay. Let's see how they block. They have to decide who they want to try and kill. Okay. They decided. We're going to sack our Professor's Aid, pick up our sold out. Neat. We'll pass. We could cycle here. I probably won't. But the knowledge is nice. Well. That is a terrifyingly powerful card. They could... It's a 2/4 and they have a 1/3 and a 2/3. Oh boy, that's a good draw. Katara. I mean, it kills the Raven Eagle. I more want this card, but I can get Sokka up to a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. It does shrink my Fire Nation Drill to a 5/5. I have to triple block to kill Sokka here. I can save socket by going to a 5/5. Sure. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can go to a 6/6. They need a sweeper. Yeah. So I have a YouTube channel. It's pretty new. I would greatly appreciate your subscriptions. But if I win this box, then I will be raffling it off to a subscriber to my YouTube, who also is a who comments on the video. So we'll get this up. This is a little slow, but we are on the play, and we have our colors, and that's very exciting and a new feeling. I want to go writer into musicians. No, I know what I'm doing for the next couple turns. So we'll grab a swamp. Even though it means we can't cast Professor's Day yet. Then we musicians, and then we cycle and Zay. Oh, a Flareon. So next turn I can attack with both, and I'm okay trading my rider for both of these. They don't know how few allies I actually have. If I draw blue source, I won't cycle the Koi. That's really good and terrifying. This is a pretty crazy attack. Yeah, we'll cycle this. Oh, I fucked up. I meant to attack and then cycle. Whoops. It's a minor error, but it's still an error. I meant to use that to cycle in combat, then play Mai and Professor Zay. Or Kuruk. So, unforced errors, these things happen. We'll play Mai. She can still exile, and she does a pretty good job deterring for this turn. Scary. Cool. It's a good draw. 3, 6, 10 is what I can hit for. And then they crack back for 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If I just attack with these two, there's a pretty good shot we pull a double block out of them. I'm gonna with just these two. And I'm okay with them double blocking my. Octopus form is all I can think of that's bad for me here. We can recast her next turn. They might have an octopus form here, and I'd rather just no. Cool. That's why we didn't go for it in combat. Okay, this is going to be a little tricky now, just because Zuko generates a lot of value, but not as much as this Legend of Kuruk. I want this Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper more for the lifelink than anything. So we'll hold back our Rider as long as we can. They are hitting us pretty hard here. Like, a big enough hit is just scary because this Deserted Disciple does so much. All yours. We'll take the 7 ow. I'm pretty scared just because the twin blades for the double strike and how to start a riot are both real possibilities. We're gonna have to switch gears and be the control deck here. That's not a good hit off Zuko. That's a combustion, man. We could recast the Mai, but I don't really want to. Ooh. So I can Spear Keeper and Iceberg. Yeah, those are really good hits. If I Spear Keeper and Iceberg, then Rider attacks but doesn't get to do anything, so we hit in for 6. If I Professor Zay, Azul always lies. This is only 2 mana. So I can Azul always lies and Iceberg and Professor Zay. Leave back my 2/5 to block. Firebang one first. What? Okay. Full control. Ice that Combustion Man. And then they can block. And then I can pay a life. Well, I'll pay 2 life, which I'm sad about. -1, -1, +1, +1. Eat the Disciple. Now I've got 2 blockers. I was gonna say, if they twin blades and start a riot, we're in trouble. Okay, hell yeah. So there's a box. Anyone? One sec. All right, so we won this box. This is a box that will be for you as the sponsors. You collectively sponsor this box. That means that we will be raffling this box to whoever subscribes to my channel on YouTube and comments on this video once it's up. Solid. First time flyer, quench. We cycle if we have to. We'd rather, like, what we really want to do is first time flyer, Sokka, hold up, quench Heartless Act, and just generate the value from Sokka. This was why Sokka is so good. If he starts drawing cards, it's really hard to stop him in a deck that has the cards. But we do have to draw an island or a plains this turn. Not quite what we wanted, but it could be a lot worse. I think we still cycle. If we don't quench, we cycle. If we don't cast a spell. But we have our lessons to get us up to a 2-3. Let me check it. Hash this. End step. We still want the 5th land, so. Okay. I love the design of these cards, like, because it lets me, like, I play these airship engine rooms. Like, my whites are splashed, but it does help us here. So I would like to kill this. And they would like to stop me. But I can't do it on my... I can't do it until my turn. Like, if I try and do it now, they crack the clue. I'm gonna do it now. -1, -1, +1, +1. They could abandon attachments in response. But I think it's more likely that they're just trying to crack this clue. Because what this matters is drawing your 2nd card in a turn, and they haven't drawn another card this turn. Strung my star up, and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. When I'm walking, I struck the star. We've been bent. My opponent's like, you jerk. I'm gonna let this happen. I could quench it, but I would rather keep something alive. And as we've seen many times before, this is still a relevant card late into the game. Don't be baited into Heartless acting here. Island. Let me go. This is a little bit risky, but all we have, if we get to untap here, we can keep him alive. And it seems more likely that any removal they have is something like this, tempo. I don't think we've hit all the lands we've needed to cast our spells before the first third of the deck is gone, even once this run. But hopefully that helps you see the value of patience in general. Let's draw a card first. Strike target creature with no counters on it. And we have a Professor Zay, who's just great on this board. One time I got to pick up a lesson from my graveyard because I only had the 1, and this had 2 counters on it, and it took it small enough. I know the clue is nice there, but they clearly don't have the removal or they wouldn't have done it that way. Nice. Hey, Night Dark, good to see you. If I play this land, I can draw 2 cards on my opponent's turn. Is each turn. It's just a lot harder to activate on your opponent's turn. We are! We only had time for the 1 run, Vina. The deck's sick. It's pretty fair. We have a Fire Nation drill, a Katara, and a Kuruk. So only 3 major bombs. Fina, we haven't hit our correct colors once in our top 15 cards, and we're still winning. All right, first we draw here. And then we're going to go ahead and discard a card. And that makes a 1/1 spirit. Their blocks are just not good anywhere. So we'll draw a card first. I kind of want this clue. So we're going to let them block first. Like, I could have sold out here to deal 2 more damage. But this clue is really good for me right now. This card is OP. Like, this is one of the best cards in the entire set. I'm so happy. We'll pass, because by passing, we get to make the clue on their turn. Or the spirit on their turn. And what we really want is to hit a white source here. Ooh, Appa's good. All right, not a white source. The white source is lethal, but it's not like we lose if we don't hit a white source, because we have 3 1/1 unblockables. They had to choose which of these they want to kill. White source is lethal just because it makes 3 unblockable lethal attackers. They decided not to blink. I think that must have changed their mind. So, like, that seems like an error, but it's better not to throw good after bad.
Can I attempt to make food tonight, or can I?
Thank you. I would have, but I'm winning. All right. Hey, a white source. All right, so we now only need to attack with 2 4/4s, which is 3 4 5. So everything's a 5/5. So this kills them. They're dead. I don't think there's any way for them to survive this. Opponent, you got Rikatara. 1, 2, 3, 6. And there's the other box. Yeah, it came, the mana, every single game, we got our color the exact latest possible turn. The last turn, we could have possibly got it and still won. And sometimes, like here, this white source was 25 cards down. This is the 25th card we drew this game. And, I mean, it still won us the game the turn we drew it. All right, so there's our boxes. Let me go ahead and get this into the trophies channel. If you would like to join our Discord server, I find trophies to be... So look, Magic is a game of very high variance, and you are going to sometimes draw very badly. And sometimes you're going to run really hot. So it's good to know trophies I've found are a pretty good metric of what works. So I'm going to go ahead and post this to the trophies channel. If you have some trophies you'd like to share, it's valuable information, and we have a community full of people who would love to see those trophies. So go ahead and stop by.